game makers! Welcome to another devlog for Gaia's Melody 2, Echoed Memories. And we finished the prologue! I'm really excited and also really tired. So basically what I've been working on this month is battle-related stuff and I guess a subset of cutscenes. I'll get more on that, but as far as the battle stuff goes, I am using a formula now that's more similar to RMXP's because the original game was on RMXP, and RMXP has a bunch of redundant stats, and it's a pain in the butt. They've got, like, strength and attack, and I don't know why, and it's just ridiculous and blah. But MB, you see, MB doesn't have that. MB is nice and smart. But that makes it really hard to translate the stats. In EM1, it didn't really matter because that game was terribly statted anyway, so it was a lot easier just to go based on the stats and have it all actually work. But as far as this game, the original game, in my own personal opinion, is the best statted game I've done. The best balanced game, I guess, is the more accurate term. So I wanted to use similar stats to the best of my abilities, because it worked. So I wanted to write the formulas so I can easily interpret them into it, basically. It's not exactly perfect, and I don't want to show you them, because they're really, really not right, and I don't know if this is accurate or not. But it's something similar to that, and it's just so annoying. But that's what we're doing. Whoa, gotta stop scrolling things. I'm gonna change all my stuff. I did that once. I did that, with my menu, which is on auto-run in here. I accidentally scrolled it to parallel and it broke the universe. Don't accidentally do stuff like that. So in addition to getting the formulas all worked out, I also got the skills, at least the intro skills, the beginning skills for the beginning of the game done. They're all action sequenced and all that fun stuff too. I'll go into a test battle. Actually, I'll just load a save file. Sure. Done. Okay, we're good. We're good. So I also sprited everything for the area as far as monsters go. Well, I guess technically. Sorry, I still kind of got a bit of a cough. It won't go away. But, this isn't just going to be like those battle videos I was posting. This is different. Slightly. So, I've got this now. I've got the character graphics going on. Apparently I'm at level 99. None of these work. They're not done. But these ones are, and they're gonna kill everything, and the characters are gonna start talking! Let's see who actually is fastest, because they're gonna... Okay, so they're not gonna all die now. So, what did you miss? They have voices now, and they're going to be disableable in the menu. But I haven't gotten to that yet, because the way I'm setting these up is I actually have them called through animations, so I can put them in specific parts in the action sequence. And the animations thing doesn't call quite the same way as the actual sound effect caller. So that means my nice _V things that are how I disable them without doing any extra work, they, not this, down here, these ones. So many dialogues. They don't get disabled in battle. I'm gonna fix that, but it's just not done yet. So right now everyone talks. Another thing, actually, is I am looking for a battle results screen. I was gonna use, Mogs, but I found it really slow. It's just not my thing. Oh yeah, and I got steel working too. Here, heal someone not full HP. So yeah, I was gonna use the battle results thing, but I found it too slow, and I couldn't find where to, change the, like, speed? Normally there's, like, a duration sort of value. But, I couldn't find something like that, so kind of hard to change. So right now I'm just using the one I used in EM2. I think it's the Untitled one. But I wanted to use it because it's very graphical, but, you know, it didn't quite suit my needs. Oh yeah, I'm on auto-run, I should change that. Whoa, y'all are laggy! Auto-run off. Oh, another thing I changed is, now when you walk, they follow you at this distance, but when you run, they follow you at a slightly longer distance, because why not? I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool! I've also decided I'm using another Schematist song for the boss theme. Because my pack of music, which is full of like 1,000 different songs, is limited on the battle themes that I view as what I want to use. So, like, you know when you have a song and it's like the exact vibe that you are going for, and then you just try to find something similar and it's just like, this isn't exactly what I want at all. So the one I ended up finding that I think is pretty much what I want. Stop flickering, taskbar! I need to update my dark theme. My taskbar wants to keep flickering. So that's about it for the battle stuff. I know, it's so exciting. I got all the bosses done. This area is completely done. It's completely playable. I'm really happy with that. Now, I mentioned before that I was planning on writing some music for the game. And I still fully intend to do that. In fact, I have one song! I've done a few others, but I don't like them as much. Like, they sound okay, but they're just not exactly what I need. They were more, like, I've played piano since I was... I have no idea. I've played piano for my whole life, but I've never tried composing music until now. So, these other songs are just meh, and I did a few other ones that are kind of just unfinished forever. These clearly have the best names in the world. But, I guess I can play that for you. This one I am planning on using in the game. I think I'm gonna use it as Annika's theme. That's how I have it set right now, anyway. And, it's the first one that I've made that I'm fond of how it turned out. I find that the music that I find online doesn't have quite the emotional vibe that I'm going for a lot of the time. So I think that's gonna be my main focus for songs that I write. They're gonna be the more emotional ones. At least that's the plan. Now, I don't claim to be an expert on writing music. Like I said, this is literally the, like, 3rd song that I've written, and the other 2 were, like, 50 seconds or less. But the way I'm actually doing it is I have a piano set up next to my computer, as you can hear, and I've kind of just been composing music on that, and then just transcribing it with a program called MuseScore 2, I think? Basically, it's the first program that came up when I went to Google and said, composing programs for beginners. So, that's what I've been using. And I know I'm talking over the song, but that's because I've never written music and it's embarrassing having people listen to it. So that's that. I'm really sleepy. I'd actually like to remix the song into a battle theme because there's a couple fights at the end of the game in regards to Annika. I can never get her name right. It's both. It's just pronounced both ways. There's a battle late in the game involving her in some way, and I'd like to just make it into a battle theme, but I'm not quite there yet. I can do slow, cutesy songs like this, but I can't do a battle theme yet. I can play some battle themes on the piano. I can play, I think it's the Final Fantasy VI battle theme, and some of the Final Fantasy VII battle theme. But that doesn't matter in relation to this at all. I get sidetracked when I'm sleepy. I get sidetracked when I'm sleepy. Okay, so what's next? Oh yeah, so in GM, the other one, so in GMAE, I had, anime cutscenes, which aren't like the ones I'm using now, This is a chapters thing. Where is the kid? Where are you, kid? You're up here. So I was actually using full art images here, as dramatic things for a couple areas in the game. And I went through so many different ideas for that, because I'm already doing the anime cutscenes with the, oh, excuse me, I'm still kind of coffee. I'm using the, shoot, where is it? Oh, it's up here. So I'm using the anime cutscenes here with the characters, you know, on the screen, kind of like a visual novel. But I didn't want that entirely, so I did a couple different things. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I did the scene normally with the anime cutscenes, and I didn't like it, so then I tried using pictures to do it, and I didn't like it, and then I tried using doodads to do it, and I didn't like it. So then I just decided, okay, we're animating stuff, which I had thought about doing to begin with. But then I'm like, ew, that's a lot of work, I don't want to do that. But then I'm like, yeah, okay, we're animating stuff, so part of this is animated. I didn't obviously animate the whole scene because that'd be way too much. It's actually just about a 30-second clip, 37 seconds maybe? Which just covers the part where the image was shown in the original. And I think it works a lot better. I'd show you the video, but I'm planning on posting a video of it at some point. It didn't end up in this month's schedule, because I just finished it. It took me like a week. It's all that animated wind hair. Ugh. I'm glad that not as many parts use that. It's in New Terra, and that's all windy, so everything had to have wind! Now, in case you're interested, how I'm doing the cutscenes as far as animating them goes, I'm actually using Flash, sort of. I grew up learning Flash, and it's just the one I'm comfortable with. I don't like it. I'm so sick of Flash. But I'm too much of a stickler for using old programs to learn anything new. But I'm drawing the line art in Flash, and then I'm shading it in Photoshop, because I can do animations in Photoshop. And then I'm assembling everything together in Premiere. So it's a gobbledygook of programs, I guess, for that. But it means doing it that way I can color things a lot better. I still don't like coloring in Photoshop. I'm much more a fan of Paint Tool Sci for both drawing and coloring. And I mainly just use Photoshop for lighting effects. But as far as this goes, it's just easier because you can't really animate in Sci. Like, I don't know, it's just you can't. To my knowledge, I know you can like import individual layers, let's say, on it, but then it's a pain in... This is easier. This is how we're doing it. So that's neat. Oh, in addition, actually, to, the animations, I tend to just use, oh, what's it called? Like, I'll draw, like, a stick figure and then use it as a guideline sort of thing. And that's fine, except for I tend to get really lazy and then my stuff ends up really off model, and yeah, so that happens. So I actually got these cute little, figure drawing things to help me with poses and animations. I think they're called Body-kun and Body-chan. They're way too overpriced for what they are, but they're really like, they pose really well. I'm quite happy with them. They're way too overpriced for it, and the stupid shipping thing, didn't want to... We ordered them both at the same time, the one never came, so I had to reorder it. It was a pain in the butt. But that's all. So I've been using them. I've been taking like stop motion shots of them to help me with keyframing and animating and stuff like that. Since I used to animate a whole bunch of stuff, but I haven't done it in like... When did I make GM2? 2013 maybe? Is when I probably did the last good one. The other thing I did was more like still pictures, so I didn't really count that. I don't like how it turned out. But yeah, that one. This is obviously gonna get an animated opening too, I just haven't done it yet. There's a few things I need to do for that regarding the song. In addition to the animated videos, the chapter sequences are also in video format now. They're not pictures. It just gives me more freedom to use effects and stuff. Oh, and in addition to, well, I guess in relation to, the videos, I'll be updating GM with slightly different videos because I changed some settings in the Webm Export on Premiere to help drastically reduce the video's file size. What was happening is the videos were so big I was getting stuttering on my massive beast of a computer. Okay, it's not really that beastie. But I was getting stuttering on it. And I know a lot of other people were too, so I've rendered the videos slightly differently. They're like 20 megabytes or less now. I don't think any of them is over 50. And it's substantially better. It went down from like a gig in size to like 200 megabytes. And I'll be obviously applying that to this, with the file sizes being really, really small now. I don't know why my settings were set wrong when I did that, and I didn't really think about it, because I don't use Webm often. It's a new thing I was figuring out. And Premiere, by default, I don't think has a Webm thing. I actually had to get a plugin for it. So I didn't spend too much time playing with the settings. But this should help a lot, and that'll be in the next update of GM-EM. So in regards to story changes, I've actually done... I don't know if it's really a lot, but I think they're good changes. I rewrote parts of the monster section. It's basically all the same, nothing's like sequence breaking different. But, I changed the kind of presentation of the story, and I'm not just talking about how to do the cutscenes or whatever like that. I wanted it to make more sense, and I wanted it to be slightly more immersive. I think I've said before, I don't like the beginning of this game, and I'm much more happy with how I'm doing it now. It's better, it makes more sense. I didn't really know originally where I was going with this, it's just like, hey, intro plot! Okay, like, it does tie into the rest of the game. It does, it really does. And it took me forever to actually realize that. But that's terrible. But, I made it make more sense as far as I'm concerned. And also, I added a cutscene with everyone's favorite, I don't know, cuddly dad guy. So, there's a character in GM, EM, and GM, and all of the GMs, named Bar, or Bauer, or Bar, or whatever. And he's Tadasei's dad. Now, he has a lot of plot relevance to Tadasei's arc in the story, and makes absolutely no contribution to the plot. He's not relevant anywhere else, and he's just kind of there. Like, I imagine if you didn't know who he was from the, like, even in the original, he's only there for a few seconds. He has, like, 2 cutscenes. But I wanted him to be more important to the... Well, important's not really the right word. I wanted him to get more screen time so you could actually know him. So I put in this little scene before you leave New Terra for the first time, where he kind of just shows up and gives you a tent, which are items. Oh yeah, I did all the tent scenes, by the way. You can go into tents, and... Where is it? Where's tents? There's tents. So yeah, you can go into these, and as the plot updates, these guys... Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. These guys update. So, it's cool. I like it. And originally in the game, no one really told you that that was a thing, so if you didn't think to use a tent, you'd never know, and then you'd miss all this extra amazing dialogue! Particularly like this one, somewhere here, where Kachi's like, let's go swimming! Because that's just her role in this game. But anyway, so I have Bar in there to kind of tell you about that. So it's nice and relevant, and I'm really happy I was able to fit it in. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much else with him, but at least now he gets character art, and this is actually my first time designing him as an actual character. Some of my less important characters don't actually have drawn-up art, or some of them are just, like, so completely inconsistent between their sprites and their graphics, just in the old games, because consistency is hard. So yeah. That's what we ended up doing, and I'm really happy about that. I really like him. I can't voice him worth anything. I had to try and pitch change myself, because I can only be so... like this. Nope. Nope. So yeah, Spark gets character art. Actually... Okay, so... This is, like, one of my favorite websites, Checkfist. It's a site that lets you check... I'm not advertising, I swear to goodness. I legitimately like the site and want to tell you about it. So I have a list of character art that I plan to do, and a bunch of other stuff on here. But these are all the characters that are probably going to get character art. These are the ones that are crossed off that I have, concept art drawn up for so far. Everyone else is who I plan to do. The ones with question marks are ones I'm not sure about. I feel like Oko should have character art, and I think he'll need to just based on the cutscenes. But also, I kind of want to be mean to Oko and not give him character art just because I'm a jerk. Oh, poor Oko, he's always forgotten. But yeah, I have notes for on here for different things. Plug in things that I need to change or fix or modify, and I have the chapters done so I can check off who's done. It's nice. I'm quite happy with my little list there. Besides that, just a few little minor things that I changed. I fixed the mini-maps so that it uses separate images for the mini-map and the biggie map, because you can go into the full screen of it. So that should save on load times and resources if you're not actually going to use them at all. So it takes a lot less time to load because of that, and that's nice. Another thing I added in, or rather fixed some typos in, and it's kind of been there for a while, is the mail system. In this game, you can get letters from your friends when they're not in the party, and it's mostly just a back and forth with the characters. It's cute, and I'm probably going to add some for the epilogue quest, but all of them are programmed in so far. And I'm using, I don't remember whose plugin this is. It's this plugin. I don't know if I'm actually going to use attachments. I might just get rid of it. You can get items, like they can send you items and stuff. But I'm not sure how much I actually need that for this game. And then you can scroll down. So it's not quite the same as the original, but it's basically the same. This one's actually intended for this. Whereas the one I was using in XP, in GMAE, was actually a quest log that I MacGyvered to work for Mill, and it was quite useful, actually.
As what seems like commonplace now, this is getting a little long, so I'm gonna split it up into 2 episodes again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later, gamers!